Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, December 26th. Welcome. I hope y'all have had a good month, I think I recorded the last time when we were leaving to go to Vegas, and that was November 29th, so wow. Anyway, I hope y'all have had a good month. I have not done a ton of stitching. I got hardly any stitching done while we were in Vegas. Last year when we went, I got a ton of stitching done because nothing was open. But this year stuff was open, so we were doing stuff and I didn't get as much stitching done. But anyway, we had a good trip. We obviously made it back home. Abigail came and stayed with us. She met us out there and stayed for a few days. So we got to see her and hang out with her. That was fun. We left on November 29th. We were supposed to come back on December 9th. And on the 8th, Abigail left, I think, on the 8th in the morning. And I was trying to, later that afternoon, that evening, whatever, I was trying to check in for our flights. And I couldn't get checked in on the app. I got online and I couldn't get checked in. And I was freaking out a little bit. Hardly slept that night. Tried to check in at about 7 o'clock the next morning, which was the day of our flight. And whole thing again. Couldn't get it checked in on the app. Couldn't get checked in online. And then I noticed that our return was on the 10th. Our flight was on the 10th. So our hotel was through the 9th. So I had to get dressed and run downstairs real quick before they kicked us out of our room and begged for another night, which was no problem, thankfully, but of course, why not? And the really weird thing is that when you think you're leaving the next day, you go do all this stuff the day before, making sure you did everything you want. So then when we had an extra day, it's like we didn't know what to do. We just kind of wandered around. But we had a good time, like I said. What else? We got back on the 10th at night. It was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock when we got home. Wyatt graduated from college on the 11th. I'd really kind of hoped to be home, to get unpacked and all of that kind of stuff. Have a day before he graduated, but again, it didn't work out that way. But it was all fine and good. So Wyatt graduated from college with a degree, basically history and economics, I think, is, he keeps telling me and I keep forgetting. But he already has a job teaching at the high school where he was doing his student teaching at. He will be teaching 2 freshman geography classes and 4 senior economics classes, I believe, is what it is. He's pretty geeked up and excited about it, to say the least. What else fun happened while I was away? Let's see. On our flight back, the woman on the plane next to me, she was the last one on the plane, and she threw her stuff in the seat and on me, trying to, hold on a second. I washed a blanket. Sorry. I washed a blanket and it's been, there, that's better. It's been, hanging in the garage because my dryer's still not fixed. That's another story in and of itself. Anyway, so it was sitting in the chair and I was sitting on it and that was just too much. Let me see, do I need to do this a little bit? I don't know. Anyway, she was throwing her stuff in the seat and part of it was landing on me. I was pushing it back into her seat, and then Dax kept telling me, because the armrest was up, he kept telling me, put it down, because like when she sat down, She had her purse around her arm, which then it was sitting on my leg and everything. Fortunately, she got up and went to the bathroom, and I put the armrest down while she was gone. We didn't have to have a thing about it, so I guess that's good. But she grabbed the airsick bag before the flight left, and I was like, oh, great. You know, I'm gonna have to be sitting next to the puking lady. But she wrote down this whole, I don't know what she was writing, but she didn't take it with her. Like, I told Dax, I don't know if she was writing like her last will and testament in case the plane crashed. And because we landed safely, she didn't need it, so she left it in the seat back. I don't know, it was weird. It was just weird. But anyway, and there was these two kids on the plane that they weren't crying. They were playing with each other, but they played with each other at about, I don't know, 400 decibels. They screamed just to be screaming, and at the end of the 2.5, 3 hours, whatever the flight is, 30 hours, that's what it felt like, I was ready to kill them. I think everyone else on the plane was too. And the terrible thing is that they weren't crying and fighting, but they were so loud the entire time. But whatever. So anyway, I did do a little bit of stitching. I've done stitching since we got back again. It hasn't been anything fantastic, but nobody's going to be amazed, I don't think. But you know what? We take what we can get, right? I want to thank everybody before I forget for the Christmas cards and the Christmas wishes. You guys are the best. Dawn was just, I got your Christmas card, Dawn, and you were just so sweet. And you too, Sarah. There, I feel like that's better. Y'all ignore my mess back here. I got a lot of things going on, which we'll see how they go. But anyway, if you celebrated, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. We went on Thursday. Yes. My parents and Dax's parents have decided that they just can't make the drive to us anymore, which I get it. It's fine. And I've tried to tell them that for some time now. My mom will be 80 in 2 weeks. January 9th is her birthday. My dad will be 80 in August, and Dax's parents are both in their 70s, so I get it. Dax's stepdad has macular degeneration, so his vision is sketchy at best, I guess, really, and he can't drive at night. Actually, he doesn't drive anymore at all. But, so, we went there on Thursday. We got up early and drove to Houston, spent time with them, and Dax's sister came over with Zane, who's 3, and Maverick, who's a couple of months old. Dax told me, do not hold that baby. Don't even touch it. Since we had our kids, he doesn't like me holding babies anymore. I think he's afraid it's contagious. But we had fun, but it sure makes for a long day. Then Friday morning, I had to get up and do my Christmas shopping. But I got up and went early so that I was like the first customer in the store. And I was done by the time most people were waking up and getting out and about. So that was all good. Anyway, stitching. That's what we're here for. I worked on the fall welcome. This is on my list of 19 and 21. I think we're going to be at the 6 or 7 that I got finished. Hopefully I'll do another video next week and we can know exactly what happened with those 20. But I finished filling in the pumpkins, both of them, and started on the vine that's coming down, and that's the top of the little basket that they're sitting in. So this one I had to restart at the beginning of the year because what I was doing before I realized was not going to fit on the fabric that I had cut. So I've really gotten a lot done since the beginning of the year. Hopefully, like I said, I will do a video with that stuff, and also with, you know, how many I finished and all of that good stuff. Hopefully. I worked on this cute little Valentine. This is my only, when I have spun my wheel and I'm supposed to work on a Valentine piece, this is the only one I've got going. So even though it's a fairly new start, it gets all the glory for Valentine's. So this time I worked on her dress coming down. This is her little arm. I'm in this area right in here. I'm not quite sure where the page ends and stuff, so I really like working on this one though. I really do. I was going to say I really like working on all of them, but there are some that I'm kind of iffy on, but I'm determined. Worked on, this is Brooks Books. I was going to say Senior Frog. That's a restaurant and bar, Senior Frogs. Fitzwilliam Frog. This is also on my list, and as you will see, I'm getting a whole lot of nowhere fast. This is number 11. I think this time I finished putting in one leg and then put on the other. Really, he just needs some snowflakes in the number and the little tiny bit of back stitching that goes in there. And his mouth. He needs his mouth. He's a singer. It'd be hard to do that without his mouth. I've got to tell you about a talent that I have. I discovered. I didn't even know I had it. I think I told you before that we got new phones, and this phone is killing me trying to figure out how it works, which is probably why I hate buying new technology. So I have my phone. It's turned off. I stuck it under my arm as I was carrying other stuff and went to do stuff in the kitchen. And I took it out from under my arm and I set it down on the counter. And while I was carrying it, y'all, my side boob was shopping. Have you heard of this talent before? My side boob shops. I had managed with my boob to get the phone turned back on. Turned on, yeah. That wasn't difficult. Get into Etsy. Choose something that was like in my likes list. Get through to the pattern. And when I set my phone down, I was at the final confirmation to purchase it. How? How is that even possible? I want to know if anybody else has side boob shopped before. Or if I'm the only one. Because, I mean, let's be honest, that's mad skills right there. I'm telling you. Be jealous. Okay, the next one I worked on is I show you all the pattern. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, May, June of '86. It looks like this. And it's this one, the Siamese cat. Cats, baskets, and quilts. This one's Nantucket. Y'all, the confetti in that face and the quarter stitches. And Julie told me that she did this one in that she just recently had it reframed, which means she's had it done for a long time. But it gives me faith that I can get through this. So, he kind of, I feel like it could be Skeletor's cat, right? Because it looks like, you know, those are his eyes and his nose. It's got a giant skeleton forehead. I had to pull some stuff out, and then I came back and got this all going. Somebody's shooting outside. It's like, what is that noise? I can hear it. I don't know if it's coming from my house or my neighbor's. But I'm going to go with, I bet it's my neighbor's. Anyway, thank you, Julie, for giving me faith that I can make it through. While we were gone, Addison called because she went to babysit, and the people she was babysitting for left, and then the guy came back in and he said, can you come out here for a second? I need you to come outside. He ran into her car. He backed into her car in his own driveway because he was on his phone. And now he's kind of starting to dick around with her about getting it fixed because he didn't want to claim it on his insurance. So now everything is too much money. So I told her, he's asked her to go get another estimate. And so I told her, if he balks at this one, I will call our insurance and let them deal with him. So, I mean, we got your name and address. We know where you are. It's just because, of course, right? Why not? I worked on this one. This is this lavender and lace? It's Earth Dancer, Butternut Road. See, that's why I have to look. Butternut Road. And I think what I did this time was finish this part right here in the white. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Okay, I have to tell you this too, because the car made me think of it. You know, I told you before about the meth compound down the road. I don't know if they're cooking meth, but I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, they used to have fighting roosters, so it wouldn't be out of the question at all. Anyway, they have 2 dogs, one that looks like a Great Pyrenees and a pit bull. And the dogs were out in the road the other day, last week, someday, while Dax and I were on the way to work in the morning. And we slowed down to just like a crawl because the Great Pyrenees was out of the road. He was standing in the ditch just watching, bless his heart. He looks just as goofy as can be. But he was over there just watching. But the pit bull would not get out of the road. And we were just barely rolling by, and he bit our car. I am not even kidding you. I don't even know what to say. Their dog bit our car. Who does that? Seriously. Anyway. Last but not least, I worked on Wyatt's stocking, which is a Dimensions Gold kit from a million years ago when I first started it. I hope you're sitting down before I show you this, because no, I did not finish it. Don't even get your hopes up. I have not finished it, but you're not even going to believe how much I've gotten done. Look at this. Do you see that? Since the last time I showed you, I have finished the fireplace, this much of it. I've done all of this snow. I think I had this snow in last time, but I've done all of this, and I've outlined most of the boot. Can you believe that? I'm just blown away. I am absolutely blown away. But I am so happy with how it's turning out. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of blending filament in this snow, and I hate it. I absolutely hate the blending filament, but we're learning to get along a little bit better. So, like I said, I am so, you can't even believe how happy I am with the progress on this. The beautiful part about it is because I've done like, right in here and outlined the boot, but so much of this now, a lot of it's blended, but it's not so confetti heavy. So a lot of this should go faster. Now, that's not to take away from all that's got to go on here. I'm not kidding myself. I see what's still there, but I actually feel like next year I might even get it finished. But that is all of the stitching that I've done. Like I said, while we were in Vegas, which turned out to be forever, I really didn't stitch that much. We managed to walk about 8 miles a day while we were there. That's a lot. I felt like I should have come back weighing a little less, but I didn't. We had looked up, Dax mostly looked up some stuff on things to do in Vegas and this and that, and so somebody did a video that was on a bunch of different places, pizza places on this strip. So we tried a bunch of them. We ate pizza at least once, almost every day. Part of the time Abigail was there, she wouldn't let us eat pizza very much. But we tried a whole bunch of different places. Some of them, like one of them is in, I was going to say the Bellagio, but it's not. It's in the Cromwell, I think. But you wouldn't know it's there unless you were going there, because there's a restaurant like on either side of it, and it's just this hallway, and the place doesn't even have a name. You just walk down this hallway, and there's a little tiny pizza place in the back. So it was fun. We had a good time doing it. Abigail thinks we're nuts, but whatever. The crazy thing is that none of them tasted the same. It wasn't like getting the same thing every day, because some of them were thin and crispy, some of it was really thick, some of it was Sicilian style. It was fun. But that could be why I didn't come back weighing any less. With that and the alcohol, probably. I've already started putting away Christmas stuff because Bartholomew, okay, he gets most of the blame. I don't know who's doing it. The other morning, it's probably been a week, when I had picked the Christmas tree up from being knocked over 3 times and put the ornaments back on it twice, by 8 a.m., I was done. While Dax was getting ready to go to the office, I took everything off the tree and put it away. And it was a little setup with 3 trees, put them all back in the garage, and I was like, this one's done. I'm not fighting with the cat anymore. I didn't put out any Christmas decorations that are breakable. It was worse this year than it was last year. And they're a year older. It should have been better. But regardless, like I said, I've already started putting stuff up. So there you go. Really, mostly the only stuff that's out is in the front room, den, living room, whatever, that we keep the door closed in so the cats can't get in there because we have leather furniture in there. So that room has Christmas decorations because the cats don't get to go in there. But anyway, while we were in Vegas, I was still bidding online in auction. And so that was part of it. We got back on Friday when we expected to be back on Thursday. There's no rest for the wicked, right? Wyatt graduated on Saturday. And of course, we celebrated, went out to eat and all that stuff afterwards. And then on Sunday, I had an appointment to go pick up my auction wins that I was bidding on while we were in Vegas. It's tough. It's tough. This life I'm leading. Anyway, Shelley has talked about that she hopes that, I find this was not a storage unit. Dax has threatened my life if I buy another storage unit. But it was for an estate sale, an online auction. And so Shelly has wanted, God, I can't finish the sentence. Shelly has said that she hopes that one day I find a storage unit full of cross-stitch stuff, which that did not happen, but I did find some stuff. And the reason, mostly, that I bid on this stuff, there's another bag, box, whatever it is, that was full. It's got like the crochet thread and tatting books and stuff like that in it. But this is why I bid on it, because my winning bid was $5. And I'm like, they all have her name on them, I think. But I'm like, that's a lot. I mean, that's more than $5 worth of hoops. Some are wood, some are plastic, and that's all fine with me. And then there was also a bunch of bags of floss. It's mostly variegated, and mostly I think it's DMC, but there's some other things in there too. But hey, it's cross-stitch stuff, so I'll take it. Shelly for the win, she called it. Maybe she'll figure out some more. See, here's another little bag of thread. Fell out of that one. I haven't even gotten back on to look because I'm afraid Dax will kill me if I don't, if I go anytime too soon and buy some more stuff. Uh-oh. It just said my size limit was reached and it started a new video. I hope I can figure out how to put them together. Anyway, I think Dax will kill me if I try to buy more stuff from auctions. I don't know. We'll see. There's some stuff in this one that I can sell that'll pay for what I bought and wanted. So that's all good, right? That's really the only stuff that I've bought. And like I said, the whole thing was $5. So I'll take it off my Stitch from Stash, the whole $5. But I mean, I bought a bunch of other stuff. The back of the car was full. Don't get me wrong. But I was trying to think if there was anything else going on. I did Advent bags for the kids. I did from the 1st to the 25th. I was putting them together and I got to 18 or 19 and I'm like, what'd I do with the other stuff? So I don't know if I have a bag of stuff that I can't find or if I got like a week off on counting. But I had to go out and find more stuff. So I could find, like a bag of candy or cookies or whatever. I have no idea. And I did one for Dax also, but his 25 were mini, the bottles of whiskey, the little tiny, like airplane bottles. Everyone different. Like I said, all whiskeys. I told him that was a labor of love. That absolutely, it took me multiple trips to the liquor store to see if they had new stuff in, to come up with 25 different whiskeys. It was a challenge, and it took me 2 or 3 months to get them all. I told him it's probably not going to happen next year because I don't think I can get 25 different whiskeys from what he had this year. But he enjoyed it, so I guess I even took him to Vegas with us. He didn't even know. It was a surprise for him when we got to December 1st in Vegas, so that was all good, I guess. Okay, I guess that's everything that I got. Like I said, I'm going to try to be back next week to do the whole, year-end thing. I want to do a New Year, New Start. I got a little bit of floss to kit up some things. So I guess I should pick out fabrics and pick one of those to be a new start. I really need to get it together if I want to do a new start every week. I don't know. I really want to. I do, but I'm going to have to get a bigger tub if I don't get some things finished. Although, a couple of them will get to move into my 20 items in 22. We're going to go back to 20 and try again. I was looking the other day. Let's see. 1, 2. I have my 20 items from 2019, my list. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of them that are still on my list were on my list in 2019 also. So I don't know, maybe I can at least get this one off of that list in 2022. Unfortunately, it won't bump me up very far because Abigail's stocking is right behind it. I mean, like in my oldest. After I get that one and Abigail's stocking out of the way, I think my oldest jumps to like 2016 instead of like 1999 or 2000. So that one will be a big jump, but we'll see. We'll see what the new year brings. Anyway, thank you everyone for your kind comments. Again, thank you everyone for the Christmas cards and the Christmas wishes. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Welcome new subscribers. And thank you ever so much for all of you who stick around and come back to listen to me ramble. Y'all have a wonderful week. If I don't see you before then, have a fantastic new year. I think Dax and I were talking about it today, and I do a focus word. I have for years, and I think this next year for 2022, for both of us, our focus is going to be peace. Letting go of things that cause us frustration and strife where we can. There are some things in life that just don't work that way, but seeking out things that do bring us peace. So I hope y'all have a wonderful new year if I don't see you before then. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye.